Odochi, can't you lose some weight before our wedding? I don't want people laughing at me.
Moses, I love myself the way I am. I thought you loved me too.
Love you? Let me tell you, I only agreed to marry you because my mother said you are from a good family. And let me reserve my comment, but you are not even my type. So try and do something about your size.
It was a bright sunny morning in the busy street of Lagos. Birds sang sweet songs and the market women bustled about selling yams, tomatoes and fresh fish. Odochi was a young woman preparing for her wedding. She was beautiful, with a smile that lighted up a room. But Odochi was chubby, and her fiancé, Moses, never stopped reminding her about it. Moses said one day his voice was cold and his words sung.
Odochi, can't you lose some weight before our wedding? I don't want people laughing at me.
Ogechi tried to explain. Moses, I love myself the way I am. I thought you loved me too.
Love you? Let me tell you, I only agreed to marry you because my mother said you are from a good family. And let me reserve my comment, but you are not even my type. So try and do something about your size.
Odochi's heart broke, but she remained silent. She told herself things would change after the wedding. Odochi was not happy. She stood in front of the mirror in her room, dressed in a flowing white gown that sparkled under the sunlight. Her round cheeks and plump figure made her feel uneasy, especially when she thought about her groom Moses. He had never showed her love or affection. In fact, he barely talked to her unless it was necessary. Odochi, are you ready? Her best friend, Blessed, called out from the door. I don't know, Blessed, Odochi said with a heavy sigh. What if he doesn't love me? What if he's only marrying me because of our parents' agreement? Odochi, you are beautiful. Any man will be lucky to have you. Just go out there and be strong. Odochi nodded reluctantly, but deep down, her heart was heavy. Meanwhile, in another room, Moses' friends were teasing him. One of them laughed.
Your bride is quite big, Moses. Are you sure you are ready for this? I will manage. She is good for house chores and cooking, I guess.
The wedding begins. The church was packed with family and friends. The choir sang beautiful, and everyone turned their heads to watch Odochi walk down the ashtray with her father. She looked stunning, but her heart pounded with fear. Moses stood at the altar, looking impatient. His tall, slim figure and sharp features made him look like a prince, but his cold eyes said otherwise. As Odochi reached him, he barely looked at her. Let's just get this over with, Moses muttered under his breath.
Odochi heard him and felt a shriek in her chest. She fought back tears, determined not to ruin the day. The priest began the ceremony, reading out the vows. When it was time for Odochi to place the ring on Moses' finger, her hands trembled. Odochi, the priest said gently, you may not place the ring on your husband's finger. Odochi froze. Her heart screamed. No, I can't do this. She looked at Moses, who stood there without no emotion on his face. I can't, she said. The entire church fell silent. People gasped in shock, whispering among themselves. What did she just say? An old woman in the crowd asked her neighbor. I said I can't do this. Odochi shouted, her voice breaking. She threw the ring on the ground and turned to run down the ashtray. Odochi, stop! Her mother cried out, but Odochi did not listen. Tears streamed down her face as she ran out of the church, her guard trailing behind her. Moses stood there, stunned. His pride was hot, and anger fell inside him. Without thinking, he ran after her. Odochi, he shouted as he caught up with her outside the church. She was sitting on a bench, sobbing uncontrollable. Oluchi looked up at him with teary eyes.
What are you doing? Do you know how much you have embarrassed me?
I can't marry you, Moses. You don't love me. You never loved me. Why should I marry someone who doesn't even see me for who I am?
Odochi, you don't understand. Our parents arranged this marriage. It's not about love, it's about duty.
Duty? Marriage should be about love, Moses. I have tried so hard to make this work, but you have never cared. You have always looked at me like I'm not good enough because I'm chubby. So I can't pretend as if all is well while everything is going wrong.
Moses was taken aback. He had never seen her so fairy before. Odochi, I did not mean to make you feel that way, but you can't just run away from the altar. I would rather run than spend the rest of my life feeling unloved, she replied, her voice trembling. Moses stared at her for a long moment. For the first time, he saw the pain in her eyes, the insecurity she had carried all along. He felt a pang of guilty. I am sorry, Odochi, he said softly. I did not realize how much I was hurting you. Odochi looked at him surprised. Do you mean that? Yes, he said, taking her hand. I have been selfish. I have been too focused on myself to see the wonderful person you are. Please come back with me. Let's try to make this work. But what Odochi did not understand was that Moses was just playing with her feelings. She was trying to get her to marry her to save his family from the embarrassment. Odochi accepted. The priest conducted the ceremony, and soon they were pronounced husband and wife. Everyone cheered, but Odochi felt empty. Her best friend noticed her sadness and wept. Be strong, my friend. God is watching. Life after the wedding. Odochi and Moses' life together was far from happy. Moses hardly spoke to her unless it was to insult her. One evening, Odochi cooked Moses' favorite meal, egusi soup with pounded yam. She carefully set the table, hoping to win his affection. When he returned home, he frowned at the sight of her. Moses mocked.
Do you ever stop eating, Odochi? Look at yourself. You are so big that even this chair might break under you.
Moses, why do you hate me so much? I'm your wife. Can't you try to love me? I have been trying. Please, Moses, your words are hurting me. Your words are hurting me, Moses. Moses. Moses laughed cruelly.
Love, I never wanted to marry you. Your father forced me by offering me land and money, and my mother too convinced me. I could never love someone like you. So get that into your brain and stop deceiving yourself.
Odochi's heart shattered. She ran to their bedroom, crying until her pillow was soaked. She felt trapped in a loveless marriage, but she don't know what to do. One fateful night, Odochi overheard Moses talking to Ifeanyi outside their house.
See, Ifeanyi, I can't take this anymore. I don't even want to touch her. She disgusts me.
Moses said. Ifeanyi, feeling uncomfortable, replied,
Moses, she's your wife. She deserves respect. Please stop talking down on her. Even if you don't love her, please at once try and respect her, please.
Obinna laughed.
Respect for someone like her? Never.
Odochi couldn't bear it any longer. The next morning, she packed a small bag, wrote a note and left. In the note, she wrote, Moses, I deserve better than this. I'm leaving to find peace and happiness. Don't look for me. Odochi boarded a bus to a distant city where no one knew her. She found a small room to rent and started working as a seamstress. Though life was hard, she felt a sense of freedom she had never known before. One day, she met a kind man named Emeka. He was a widower with a young daughter, Chiamaka. Emeka often came to her shop to mend his clothes and soon began striking up conversation with her. "You have a lovely smile, Odochi," Emeka said one day. Odochi blushed. "Thank you, Emeka. That is the first kind thing anyone has said to me in a long time." Over time, Emeka and Odochi grew close. He appreciated her kindness and did not care about her size. He loved her for who she was. His daughter, Chiamaka, also adored Odochi and often called her mother. Moses decided to search for Odochi. He traveled from town to town, city to city, asking everyone if they had seen her. Months passed without no success, but he refused to give up. In the city, Odochi and Emeka's bond deepened. One evening, Emeka invited her to dinner. "Odochi, you have brought light back into my life," he said, holding her hand. "Will you marry me?" Tears filled Odochi's eyes. "Emeka, you have shown me what true love feels like. Yes, I will marry you." Their wedding was a simple but joyful celebration. Chiamaka danced happily, calling Odochi her new mother. 2 years later, Odochi and Emeka decided to visit a nearby town for a festival. To Odochi's shock, she spotted Moses among the crowd. He looked thinner and tired. When Moses saw her, he froze. "Odochi," he called out, his voice trembling. Odochi hesitated, but decided to face him. "Moses, what are you doing here?" Moses' eyes was filled with regret. He said,
I have been looking for you. Odochi, I'm sorry for everything. I was a fool. Please come back to me. Please.
Odochi looked at him calmly. "Moses, I have forgiven you, but I can't come back. I have found someone who loves and respects me. You had your chances, but you threw it away."
I understand. I wish you happiness, Odochi.
Moses nodded sadly. The end. Moral lesson. The story of Odochi teaches us that love should never be based on appearance or material things. True love comes from the heart and is shown through respect and kindness. Words have power. They can build or destroy. Always treat others with care and compassion. Always treat others with care and compassion, for you may not realize their value until it's too late. The end. Thank you guys for watching my story, and please come back for more interesting story. I love you.